Hello everybody, what is up? It's me again, Seb the back again with more SCAD content. Now, today I'm gonna be talking about my major ITGM, aka Interactive Design and Game Development. I thought I'd talk specifically about this major, so in case you have any interests, you have the knowledge, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Alright. Before I start, this video is going to be split into 4 parts to make it easy for digestion, you know what I mean? Part 1 is going to be how to know if ITGM is for you. Part 2 is what to expect from ITGM at SCAD. Part 3 will be how to get ready for ITGM before coming to SCAD. And part 4, I'll talk about my experience in ITGM and what I'm currently doing preparing for my junior year at SCAD, which is literally in a couple of days. I'm hyped. Alright, part 1, how to know if ITGM is for you. Alright, many people go to SCAD not knowing exactly what they want to do, which is a very common thing that happens. Art is very broad and there are many things you can do and there are many things you have to limit yourself from doing in order to achieve greatness in your major, if you catch my drift. Jack of all trades but a master of none. That is sometimes a good thing, but in my experience it's also very limiting. So it's always good to narrow down what you want to do at art school, unless you want to indulge in double majoring, which is but I'm gonna give you 5 traits. If you fall into 4 out of these 5, then ITGM is for you. Number 1, you enjoy playing games. Number 2, you have many ideas that you want to turn into games. Number 3, you are capable with working with all types of people from different types of majors. Number 4, you're ready to learn 72 million softwares. And you're as patient as a frogfish. I just googled what the most patient animal was and it said frogfish. I don't know. Of course, there are many other factors that come into play, but like, you know, this is just the baseline. This is what you should look into. Make sure you have a love for games, not just the art of games, but the actual game itself. That's very important, because if you're only attracted to the art of game, then working for a game wouldn't be as satisfying because you're waiting for the final outcome. And when the outcome is a game and not a movie that you just look at, it might give a different sense of satisfaction. I've run into many people that only like the art of games and not the game itself that end up switching majors because they realize that gaming isn't just for them. All in all, for this major, you're gonna have to grind. There's so many softwares you have to learn, so prepare for that. Prepare for hard work. I'm not saying the other majors aren't hard work, but game design is harder. I'm just saying. Part 2, what to expect. Like I said, game design is no easy task. In my humble opinion, what am I saying? In my humble facts, game design is probably the most hardest job in the art industry because of all the things you're gonna have to do. I'll get to that, because once you get to SCAD, you're gonna realize that there's nothing other majors do that game design doesn't do. Let me list them. 3D animation, 2D animation, you're doing that in game design. Technical animation, film, directing, you're doing that in game design. Your cutscenes, either live action or CGI generated, everything, you're all doing that in game design to form this final game. Be ready for that. It's very fun. Very fun. I don't know why I said very fun many times. And then obviously graphic design, motion media, VF, all these stuff, bro. For the, you know, when you open up a game and you're clicking on all those buttons, that's UI design, that's graphic design. You know what I mean? When you listen to your favorite soundtrack, bro, that's music. You know, that's sound design. You have more sound effects in games than movies. Think about that. It's a mad thing, bruv. It's a mad thing. What can I say? So there you have it. Not only is ITGM probably the hardest major, but it's the latest major to put some respect on game designers' names. We are in fact OP, I'm not gonna lie. Part 3, how to get ready for game design before coming to SCAD. This is my advice to all majors, not just game design. Please learn as much as you can before you go to SCAD. Because let me tell you something, your career starts at SCAD. You're going to SCAD to find a job, alright? Obviously, you're going to learn. You're going to improve because you have much more time to work on your craft. The professors are friendly, they're down to earth, they're industry professionals. They are going to help you improve if you ask for it and if you're ready to work. But you would have such a good head start if you had an understanding before coming to SCAD. I made a video about everything you need to know about courses at SCAD, so go watch that just to have an idea of how classes are taken at SCAD. And in that video, I mentioned how SCAD runs on a quarter system. Each quarter is 10 weeks long, which means you have no time. And in those 20 days, you're going to be expected to do so many projects and hand them over in the same general time as each other. It's going to be hectic. So starting to learn while you're doing all these projects at the same time, conflictions, my guy, conflictions. Now, I'm not trying to scare you away. SCAD is a wonderful learning ground. There are many tutors and you will learn a lot. But I'm just saying from experience, there are the people who are coming with zero knowledge, that are always complaining, and they're always they're either dropping out or not doing well in their classes, and they're the people who had a basic understanding that are just getting better and better every day. It's just the truth. So to make it easier for you guys, I'm gonna list all the programs you should probably have a basic understanding in before coming to SCAD. This is hacks, by the way. This is cheating. But let me tell you guys real quick. For 3D modeling, Autodesk Maya or Blender or Cinema 4D. Now, Cinema 4D and Maya are very expensive. Blender is free and amazing. I actually just switched from Maya to Blender full time. It slowed down my workflow tremendously because I'm used to Maya, but oh my lord, Blender is too nice. Now, you should have a basic understanding in Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, and Adobe Substance Painter. For Adobe. Obviously, you know how to use Word and all them stuffs, but like, you're not really gonna use that. And last but not least, basic knowledge in a game engine. Doesn't matter what game engine it is. Insider scoop, whether it's Unity, Godot, I don't know how to pronounce it, Godot, Unreal Engine, even Core, Roblox. Familiarize yourself with a game engine. Insider scoop though, I think we're moving from Unity over to Unreal Engine full-time at SCAD. That's what I've heard, and we've been doing Unreal Engine for the longest time now. So, Unreal Engine would be my recommendation to you guys. Get to work. It's free. And quick tip, this blew my mind by the way. I didn't know this existed, but I was taking a class and people could not navigate a game engine because the way you move around in a game engine in your viewport is like you're playing a PC game. So you hold down WASD to move around the scene and you move around with your mouse. Some people are not accustomed to this kind of movement because they either play on console or they don't play games at all. Like I said before, you need to be playing games. So if you've never moved around a 3D space with WASD and your mouse, then get to work. I don't know, install Minecraft and play around or something. Get used to that because that's how you move around in the game engine. And part 4, what I'm doing to prepare myself for junior year. Well, I'm resting. You are going to be tired. Obviously, that's not new news. As an artist, you should already know that you're gonna be tired, all right? Even when you're in high school, you have nothing to do with art over there, and then you start a personal project, you know for a fact that you stay on that personal project for days, sometimes not catching any Z's. That's gonna happen. So please, when you find the time, rest. Other than resting though, because I'm a workaholic, I'm improving all the skills that I figured out that I was lacking at SCAD. When you move into a new class and you have new people in that class, you're gonna realize that you are not the best. So what you do when you realize that is that you go back home and you start becoming the best. That is what I'm doing. I'm improving my skills in Unreal Engine, in Blender, and in many other things that I'm interested in. So always keep on working on your skills, hone your craft. And the third thing I'm doing, preparing for my junior year, is working on my communication. Communication skills are extremely important, especially in the art industry. You have to wow people with your personality. You have to be able to speak clearly to them. Now, my accent isn't what you're hearing right now. Now, I'm not saying you should change your accent. For someone like me that's an aspiring actor, I'm practicing other accents. This is one of them. This is my normal go-to accent when I'm talking to people. But if I'm to talk in my normal accent, this is exactly how I would sound. I would mumble my words. I would not even speak properly. I would probably speak like this. I would speak very loud. I would speak very fast. I would speak very... You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised in Nigeria and I also have some Arab traits in my voice. So then I try to speak like this so people understand what I'm saying. So that's one note to take with you, is try and work on your communication skills. I'm not saying change your accent, but make sure you're audible, make sure people can hear you, make sure you're making sense. Well, that's all I have for the ITGM major at SCAD. Again, I highly recommend this course. Of course, you'd be as OP as me if you take it. You're going to be doing many things from VFX to sound design to 3D modeling, and ITGM lets you explore more comfortably at SCAD. in my opinion. Now, if you want to get an idea of how things go down at SCAD, I recommend you follow me on my IG. I always post stories there of me working and doing stuff at SCAD. I'm also a student ambassador and an RA at SCAD. So if you see me around, feel free to ask me any questions or ask for help. I am forced to help you. It is my job. I've also taken many other classes at SCAD. One of them is a film course, so I'm gonna post all the films I made. Alright, that's enough. I also took a film course, so I'm gonna post all the films I made in that film course, just so you guys can get an idea of what kind of stuff you're gonna be walking into if you're going to film. It's an intro to film class though, so it's nothing fancy or special. So the playlist is gonna be down in the description with all 3 films I made in that class. I also took an animation class, so the playlist to the making of the animation and the final animation is gonna be down in the description as well. I'll put my art station in the description as well, so you guys can go check out my 3D models and all the stuff I do for game design. Also check out my podcast, we talk about SCAD sometimes over there. And just for fun, I just released a new song. Go listen to it on Spotify or whatever streaming service you use. It's on there. Just type Seb Deleb and all my songs will be there. Again, if you have any questions about SCAD, feel free to reach out to me in the comments or in IG. I'll be happy to help. If you're joining us in Atlanta this fall, let me know in the comments and come say hi when you're there. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Au revoir. Mon amis.
I got like no sleep, but I had a good time. No good, but I love my life. I'm smiling, teeth to shine. Yeah, I got like no sleep, but I had a good time. No good, but I love my life. I sleep, but I'm on